What do you reckon the average cost to repair a dishwasher would be in the United States? Google tells us $220. And for a working class family, that's just simply not practical, especially when nowadays, arm's length away, we have all these tutorials that help us and walk us through step by step. Well, here we are again for yet another repair on the Frigidaire Gallery dishwasher. This time we're dealing with an error message on top. We'll get into the reasons why and a step-by-step guide of what you need to do to save yourself some money and get your dishwasher back in order. So let's do it. In our case, about a minute into the wash cycle, we got the ER message popping up and it would just stop abruptly. This is actually an indicator of a control failure in the dishwasher switch assembly. So first we need to get inside the dishwasher door. So we'll take off the screws. Try to grab the bottom so it doesn't drop too hard on the floor. You do have wires connected. Make sure all the power is turned off. And as you get to work, you can start to analyze exactly what to do. In most cases, this metal panel underneath the switchboard also has screws, but mine are already taken out. So what happens is moisture gets underneath the buttons and it causes the unit to begin to malfunction. So this panel here is actually protecting the central control board. That is the brains of the dishwasher, and that's where these wires of this dishwasher switch assembly actually tie into. It's like a little motherboard, essentially. So you'll see it has similar ribbon style cables. So in the case of our switch assemblies, we just have one central cable feeding into this central control board. So we'll go ahead and start to disconnect that. Just be gentle with it. You'll have to pull it hard enough to lift it out, but you don't want to unglue anything in the process. These control boards are a little touchy. You'll see that that wire is underneath a clip. Just pull that out. And then we'll slowly work our way around to take out the original switch assembly. On the corner of either side, you'll see these little plastic pieces. You have to push those in a little bit to lift up, and that in turn will allow you to pull out the original switch assembly. Again, make sure the power's off for safety's sake. And these do fit like a glove. There's no space whatsoever, so it will take a little bit of torque on your part to pull them out, but just make sure that you lift those clasps so you don't force anything out. And it's taken out, not too hard. Now to add the new ones, it's going to take a little bit of finesse. You're going to have to make sure you get them in there just right, because there's little room. There's no leeway. It's an exact fit. So after a little bit of finagling, got it in there. You can see those little clasps on either corner are locked into place, and that's our indicator that we're good to go. So now we'll do the other side and demonstrate the same thing. In my case, I found this left-hand side easier to attach than I did the right. So try to push in gently from one side. Pay attention to the soldered elements on the front as well. Don't want anything to break off. And you'll feel it start to click. Just like that. And finally, we'll go ahead and seat that ribbon cable back onto the central control board to make a communication link between the dishwasher switch assembly and the dishwasher central brains. Go ahead and slide those mini ribbon cables underneath that little clasp there. And then we'll need to put that cover back on to cover up the central control board. You'll need to start from the top, sliding it underneath gently. And it should click into place. Once you've got it lined up, you'll then work with the screws on either side, Fasten it back in to ensure no moisture gets into that control board. Make sure it's seated properly. Put your power turned back on. And then you can analyze if things are communicating properly. We see all the LEDs on properly. The timer's coming on. That's the typical default reset 188. It will switch over to the 199, which is the normal start for the Power Plus cycle. As you can see, when we maneuver the top of the button switches, they're now working again. And now we just do the reverse. Got to put all the screws back into place. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to start a cycle on the dishwasher. We'll confirm that the buttons are working. You'll see that closed door prompt come on the screen. Click it into place. Back in business. So we will let this run through for the full cycle just to confirm that it's working. There were no major issues throughout the process. The dishwasher ran through the complete cycle and is now clean. Alright folks, there you have it. The issue is resolved, the dishes are clean, and for a total of $18, I've repaired what could have costed me hundreds. So just as a point of reference, this is the part you need to repair the ER error that happens on your Frigidaire Gallery dishwasher.